Hi Taurus, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2008. Well, this is the time of the year when you're going to be feeling things more deeply. It's as though one of your skins is missing. It's just a bit thinner. And you're more sensitive about things. You're just that bit nearer your emotional self. Those demons are coming up to the surface and you're likely to be struggling at times to match your expectations with those of somebody else, or perhaps struggling at times to separate your gut reaction and your gut knowing from what your logic is telling you and coming down on one side or the other. There could be a clash of values now and a real sense of putting yourself as far as you can distancing yourself from your emotional, immature, knee-jerk response self. Listening as far as you can to your intuitive higher self voice is perhaps what I've been trying to say. So you're going to be sensing things more intuitively, and there's an element of your wanting to keep your cards close to your chest, maybe seeking counsel, maybe wanting some advice from someone. Maybe there's somebody out there that's offering their advice, but you know, not all advice is unbiased. So it's best to, if you're going to take advice, take it from somebody who is impartial and not connected into the situation. You are likely to be feeling as though you can't speak freely on something because of circumstances or perhaps a moral dilemma. Now, that'll be until the energies start to turn from the 12th, but actually you're still going to be preoccupied about things and feeling sensitive about things until the 27th of the month. But at least from the 12th, there you could be seeing some solutions sort of materializing in the air. And in fact, the air should, some progress can be made, so the air should start to clear. And from the 27th, definitely the horizon will be brightening and you'll have a sense of space and expansion, and maybe be looking forward to some adventure, and things will be moving forward again. That'll be time for you to be reaching for the highest and feeling far more outgoing again and more sociable, and not so sort of inward looking and preoccupied as you'll have been up until the 27th of the month, Taurus. Before this, some of you will be seeking this confidential advice. Maybe you're weighing up the odds on something, you know, business related, or maybe it's some delicate subject close to your heart, but money or property could be an issue here. It's definitely resources that you share with somebody else, so it could be skills, it could be you know, a project that you have been working on with somebody else, or it could in fact be a kind of a moral obligation that you have with somebody else. And the other way it could work is this energy could manifest as you're having to think more deeply and sort things out about, you know, debts. Now, those are obviously financial things, but also it can be karmic. So it's definitely a time for you to, the vibration is going to be bringing you what is owed to you, truly owed to you, I guess, and in fact what you owe others. So there's this kind of thing going on here, and it's all a bit sort of deep and psychological as well for a while. However, having said all that, Venus is actually in a really friendly, warm area, and Venus is your ruling planet, connecting you in in a very intimate kind of a way with those at a distance, possibly a foreign land, possibly somebody from a different culture. That's particularly until the 8th. From the 8th, Venus, your ruling planet, is going into an area which means that authority figures will look very favourably upon your plans. You know, if you're applying for something, or if you're wanting them some sort of approval for your ideas, then somebody you look up to will probably give you the green light and put their weight behind you. So that's really good sort of on a formal business kind of level, but also it's good on a more personal, home-based sort of level, you know, as well. So anyway, this is kind of the feeling of what's kind of been building up over December. And what I would say to you is to listen to your gut. Try to be as dispassionate as possible. Try to separate yourself from your knee-jerk emotional response. You know, Mars is in this very emotional area until the 27th, and that means that if there's any conflict there, which can happen with Mars, or sort of like a deep feeling inside of you, you have to get control of that. So it's sort of like my saying to you, count to 10 and then sort of try to see it from above or from another point of view. So your insight and your sensitivity will help you to make a breakthrough in your feelings, because a breakthrough will happen. But you want it to break in the right direction, don't you? So that you've got doors opening thereafter, rather than carrying something around and perhaps, you know, being a bit sort of stressed out about it. But you will be having to let go of certain things, maybe things from the past, maybe old ideas, maybe old feelings, just things that have outlived their usefulness to you on these more profound levels in life. Something which is stagnated, or somebody that has sort of outlived their usefulness to you in some way, or some agreement that's outlived its usefulness. That sounds a bit mercenary to say somebody, doesn't it? But what I mean is the whole thing needs to be looked at again, reworked, rethought, upgraded, and along the way, you know, certain baggage is going to have to be dumped. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, your ruling planet is going to be connecting you very warmly, not only to those at a distance, but maybe to something spiritual. So, you know, it's educational. You'll be learning a lot, and you may be going on a course which is, you know, related to something spiritual, or a pilgrimage, or you may be putting yourself into an unfamiliar situation and exposing yourself to new knowledge. So it's educational, of course. Some of you, you know, the right teacher, the right expert is going to come along and help you, give you the support and help you expand your mental horizons in some way. Well, that's it for December, Taurus. If you know your rising sign, have a listen to that too. And I'll be putting your overview for 2009 on here in about 2 weeks from now, so don't miss that.